us, music begins. For lots of us, music has the power to impact how we feel in short minutes and possibly even seconds. As I think about music, as a consumer and as a musician myself, I believe that music is meant for all of us. The old, the young, the male, the female, the sad, the happy, and even the angsty teenager. Stevie Wonder said, "Music is a world within itself. It is a language we can all understand." My goal today is to describe the impact that music has on us. Music is far more influential than we realize. Hopefully by the end of my speech, you'll leave with a feeling to immerse yourself in the pop culture of music and to take advantage of its effects for yourself. There's a principle called the Mozart effect where you associate it with its proper name or not. You probably have heard of it. The Mozart effect is the idea that when we are played Mozart music, when we're a baby, we will have more neurological advantages when we're older. Simply put, we'll be smarter and stuff. Relating to the Mozart effect and how music changes our brain, there was a study done at the University of Florida by a person named Sugaya and her other peers. Sugaya's study was about how music ultimately rewires our brain like how the Mozart effect does when we're young. But this study was for adults. Sugaya found that although Mozart and other classical music genres increased brain activity, there was an even greater response in her subjects' brain activity when they listened to their favorite music. Particularly with Alzheimer's patients, when these elderly comatose patients were played music from when they were younger, they essentially came alive and became responsive. I don't know if you've ever seen the documentary Alive Inside, but let me tell you, it's amazing to see how music therapy for the elderly can change their sense of awareness. Sugaya's biggest finding was that we associate memories with music, which was why Alzheimer's patients were so responsive when listening. Since their memory loss was a big part of their unresponsiveness, when they heard familiar music, they recalled associated memories from their childhood. This remembrance was the cause of movement, speech, and even humming and singing. Just like Alzheimer's patients, we all correlate our emotions with type of music. When I am crushing on a cute boy, I think of Fallen For You by Colby. When I'm angry at said cute boy, I think of 7 Things I Hate About You. And when I'm happy I'm finally over said cute boy, I think of Happy by Pharrell Williams. Whether you have realized it or not, think about it and what and how you listen to music, because it can ultimately change your perception of something as you later look back on it. A second thing I found about music is what happens chemically in our brains and our bodies. The chemical dopamine is casually known as the happy chemical. It is released by our bodies when we feel pleasure. The proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences had new findings that dopamine is connected to our pleasure of listening to music. As I look at this, I understood that we ultimately have the capacity to control our feelings as we listen to music. Isn't that cool? We're sad when we listen to a sad song. We're happy when we listen to a happy song. I quote Post that this study shows for the first time a casual role of dopamine in musical pleasure and motivation, enjoying a piece of music, deriving pleasure from it, wanting to listen to it again, being willing to spend money for it strongly depend on your dopamine release in our synapses, which take in the dopamine. I caution you when you listen to music, because you are not just listening to music anymore. Our brain is making several thousand decisions at the neuron level if we will be affected by the music we are listening to. Have you ever just not liked a song and didn't know why? Well, now you know. Our brains have the capacity to change our comprehension and apprehension of what is going on around us. Something my dad always said was that he wished he could play an instrument. And when he was younger, he didn't have the opportunity to. Hence, me being his kid, and him being responsible for me, I had the unnegotiated opportunity to play an instrument. The way I say this sounds quite bad, however, I'm very grateful now that I know how to play an instrument 10 years later. There is, again, so much research published about how learning an instrument at a young age increases coordination, boosts memory, improves learning skills, and teaches mental perseverance. Even if you are not considerably young, don't wait any longer to play an instrument because you may literally lose the capacity to. The ideas I've shared are all about music and our brains. You may think, what does this have to do with me? However, it is everything to do with you. There is something real going on inside of us when we listen to music. Why can music make us feel happy when we are completely sad? How can we decide music to listen to and what genre we prefer? These questions all have scientific answers that we are most often unaware of. I challenge you to not avoid music and to say it's too late to learn an instrument or grow your musical taste because each of the benefits are still readily available to us. The results have been proven for both adults and children. Look it up, you'll be baffled. I want to close with a quote. Music can change the world because it can change people. Remember, music literally changes the way we think, and I want to change the way you think about music. Consciously think about what you are listening to. Don't just follow the rhythm of the world when you can control how music affects you, and in turn, you can reap the mind-blowing results. Thank you.